big thank you, Patriji. This is a dream. The book came out, 1,000 Seeds of Joy, last year. And this year we have 3 goddesses on the stage, blessing everybody. And yeah, this is very big. So the feminine energy is coming to earth very strongly now. And it is not only me. I have been working on this book since 2009. And many authors, many people are receiving these messages of the feminine, including how you were inspired before you saw the book to do the feminine program, you know. It is Mahila Dhyana Mahachakram. Yeah. So you might ask why? Why now? And so I would like to describe this a little bit, why feminine energy now. So you know, there are yugas. So there is Satya Yuga, there is Treta Yuga, there is Dwapar Yuga, there is Kali Yuga. And we are right now towards the end of the Kali Yuga. And Satya Yuga is very feminine. Feminine does not mean woman. Feminine exists both in men and women. The feminine energy is unifying, joyous, loving, flow, beauty, harmony. It is more about integrating. Everything is one. Earth and heavens are one. That's feminine. My mother sitting there, she represents the feminine energy. She is over there. She is all of these qualities, you know.
నా తల్లి అక్కడ కూర్చొని ఉన్నారు. ఆవిడ ఈ గుణాలకు అన్నిటికీ ప్రతిరూపం.
So feminine is unifying, masculine is individuating. So the masculine energy and feminine energy, they are in a dance. As the higher self expands, your deepest divine self is the higher self, the God self. All of us are divine. Your higher self is, you're all gods, goddesses. You just have forgotten that, right? So as this higher self expands in more bliss, more joy, it creates its opposite. So higher self is always unifying, opposite has to be dividing, right? So then higher self expands in more bliss, and so the contrast is created from higher self to soul, to body, to mind. This whole creation takes place as an opposite, because the higher self is expanding into more bliss, so we're falling into little more contrast, and that is the masculine falling, you know. So this dance is playing out when the higher self expands, and then we fall from, Satya Yuga to Treta Yuga to Dwapar Yuga, Kali Yuga. Now Kali Yuga is the most extreme masculine yuga. Now there's a lot of masculinity. Even men have masculinity, women have masculinity. You see this in the Western countries, not so much in India, but a lot of masculine energy everywhere. So now we need a balance, right? Because we're going back from Kali Yuga to Satya Yuga, so now everything will turn. So the feminine energy, could you experience it when Patriji was playing the beautiful flute and her beautiful voice? At that time, if you imagine yourself dissolving, I was feeling my I-ness, myself is dissolving in his music. That's feminine energy, merging, His whole path, the pyramid spiritual societies movement, it is, like a boat, a ship is needed to join two continents. So pyramid is like a boat between earth and heaven, It is that vehicle that joins heaven and earth. And like the feminine path, it is a path of joining. So I'm honored that you have invited me. You've invited many masters. You're joining many religions. which is the feminine path. Even in our books, we will be joining many religions together. Even in this first book, there are many examples of Hinduism, Buddhism, Christianity. We even talk about, Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, Adam and Eve, So it's a unification. And part of the issue is with the human mind. You can imagine Mother Mary holding hand of Saraswati, Saraswati holding hands of Kuan Yin, Kuan Yin holding hands of Lakshmi Ma. But you can't imagine Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha holding hands, can you? It is more difficult, Feminine is easy. But it is not true that religions are feminine or masculine. All religions have a feminine Stree path, all religions. So, yeah, you can say that. For example, take Buddhism, there is Theravada, Mahayana, Vajrayana. Vajrayana is very feminine. Vajrayana has much devotion, Tara and many goddesses. You devote, you chant, you do all that. But you don't do that in Theravada. So but similarly, all religions, even Hinduism has Bhakti path, which is feminine. Christianity has mystic Christianity. That is all the Bibles which were found in 1945 in the Nag Hammadi library. 45 new Bibles were found. And Mary Magdalene was Jesus' wife. So, that mystic Christianity is feminine path. Then Judaism has Kabbalah as the feminine path. Then Islam has Sufism, Rumi and great Sufis, enlightened masters. So every religion has a feminine path which is unifying. But we have forgotten that because masculine energy is too much right now, too strong. So the goddesses, they are Devis, they're wanting to unify the whole earth. So the new feminine spirituality, that will spread. And that used to be so in very, very ancient Egypt. The pyramids come from even before the time of pharaohs. Pharaohs did not make the Great Pyramid, they only made the imitation of the Great Pyramid. The Great Pyramid was made by angels and goddess, and humans together. That's what Devi said. And these pyramids that was a very feminine time, very matriarchal time. So this is very consistent with the feminine path, this whole PSSM movement. And feminine is what? Divine feminine is nurturing, loving, joyful, dancing, flowing, music, enjoying all the senses with emptiness, not with greed, Yeah. When you enjoy every sense with some sense of emptiness, spirit and body come together. So, your consciousness has higher self, then soul, then body, then mind. So higher self is the ultimate unification. Then you have soul, body and mind. The problem, the suffering is only because of the mind. The body, the soul, the higher self, they all can be used to dissolve the mind. So the body can be used in many ways. You can do yoga, you can do breathing, kriyas. Parvati ji did many, body processes when she was getting enlightened. When Lord Shiva rejected her and she went away for many years, she meditated, and she also did many body processes, a lot of kriyas. So you exercise, eat well, do yoga, do breathing methods, all of that are body related, right? So then there is soul. So soul is with soul feelings, Atma Bhavnai. And I want to read some of the soul. So there are many soul feelings, Atma Bhavnai, which are different from emotions. So soul feelings, they are infinite. Emotions are finite. Soul feelings will dissolve the ego and make you aware of your soul, your infinite beingness. So I will read some soul feelings. By the time I end reading, some of you might fall asleep because there's so many. So don't sleep. Soul feelings are joy, love, freedom, peace, wisdom, creativity, bliss, ecstasy, laughter, happiness, abundance, compassion, celebration, gratitude, equanimity, harmony, faith, surrender, mystery, inspiration, insight, clarity, forgiveness, mercy, kindness, trust, hope, empathy, sympathy, patience, nurturement, curiosity, enthusiasm, solitude, contentment, acceptance, intimacy, sensuality, discernment, dispassion, responsibility, resilience, courage, humility, simplicity, honesty, innocence, confidence, strength, security, and many others. So, all of these will dissolve your ego and make you aware of your soul. If you're truly honest with yourself, with everybody else, your ego has to dissolve, because we many times do small lies because, we want to protect our ego, right? So that can dissolve your ego if you're honest totally. So you can use we said 3 ways: body, soul, and higher self. Body, all the body processes; soul, all these soul feelings; and higher self is our devotion, our devotion to the gods. And why higher self is my higher self? So why devotion to divine beings? Because my mind is much farther from my higher self than any divine being is. So Lakshmi, Saraswati ji, Parvati, Krishna, Jesus, they are in oneness with my higher self. They know it. They are complete oneness. But my mind is not even reaching my higher self. So if I pray to Lakshmi ji, I'm directly in touch with my own higher self. So ultimately you're reaching your higher self when you are devoting, because all of you are, if you knew how magnificent, how beautiful, how splendid, how infinite your God self is. It has chosen to have this experience, but you are deep down very divine. You're infinite. You're gods, goddesses. So the feminine is to use all unification of everything: mind, body, soul, higher self, in which the mind will dissolve. Mind will not disappear. When you need to think, you will think. But now, thinking one great thought in a day is much better than thinking 1,000 useless thoughts in a day. So the knowledge is infinite, and we can talk forever. But maybe now we should do a little. So I will just do maybe 5 mantras, beginning with Lakshmi, Saraswati, Parvati, Durga, Kalima. Okay? And we'll just do it together maybe. They can catch on when I'm doing. I'll do three times. And they can join me as I'm doing them, right? So we will do maybe 3 ohms together, then we'll do the mantras. Okay? So take a normal breath in and breathe out. Take a deep breath in for Om. Om Shri Mahalakshmi Swaha. Om Shri Mahalakshmi Swaha. Om Shri Mahalakshmi Swaha. Saraswatye Swaha. Om Aim Saraswatye Swaha. Om Aim Saraswatye Swaha. Om Klim Parvatye Namaha. Om Klim Parvatye Namaha. Om Klim Parvatye Namaha. Om Dum Durgaye Namaha. Om Dum Durgaye Namaha. Om Dum Durgaye Namaha. Om Krim Kaliye Namaha. Om Krim Kaliye Namaha. Om Krim Kaliye